Refurbished phone brand. They raised 2 CR for 1% equity plus 1% royalty until 3 crore are recouped. Um, the refurbished space is a very exciting space, and this has just started to grow in India. इंडिया के बाहर तो मेरे ख्याल से काफी बड़ा स्पेस बन गया है ये.
Yeah, I think this space is actually quite good, right? Because if you see the refurbished laptop market, right, that is also quite big. So I think phone market will also do very well, I think.
आई थिंक जो सर्कुलर इकोनॉमी जो बोलते हैं ना कि रीयूज रिसाइकल एंड रीयूज द ओल्ड टेक, that space has been growing very well, and now with certifications coming in for refurbished products, I think India में भी धीरे धीरे ये segment grow करना चालू कर चुका है. In fact, IDC and Counterpoint have been covering this space for some time in the in the smartphone ecosystem, and year on year growth हो रहा है 26 to 30% का in the refurbished space.
I
So
think
I think
the question what you mentioned, right, that was something I had in like mind, that how would you actually say that the phone is actually good? So if there is some standardized basically
yes,
certification, right, then it would make sense. Then
yes,
it will make sense to buy this. Else it will be very difficult, right? You never know that you are paying this much money, but what you will get, you never know, right?
I'm a telecom background, so I think I may be able to add a little bit of value here. Quite apart from the value of the smartphones, the utility of the smartphones and their quality itself, I think this is a good play in the Apple segment because that is an aspirational product. Uh, the Gen Z will definitely want to have an iPhone, and I see iPhones in hands of people. I can figure out that it may be a refurbished phone, given that the original phone cost 1.49 lakhs or 1 lakhs or 75,000, depending upon which model you buy. OnePlus, uh, OnePlus Nord, and that model 40, 50,000 and above, a few Galaxy phones in that segment, definitely yes, that's a no-brainer. But for the rest, I have my doubts. There is a trend in India to hand down first to family, and it gets used, and otherwise they keep a backup. I myself have kept a backup. I didn't take advantage of the exchange scheme because it's an electronic gadget. It may go on. So what happens? You need a backup in. And if you look at the website, I just opened the website. They have the entire range, but I think it'll be the Pareto's rule. 80% of the business is going to come from the 20% of the brands, and those brands are Apple range, a few OnePlus versions, and a few Galaxy versions. That like the foldable phone. Somebody might want to try and see it out. A
unless the
techie like me
price
who
is
knows the
very
challenges of
competitive, huh?
even then no, because of the success of Bajaj Finance and a couple of other finance companies, what people will say is, okay, let me just stretch myself 1,000 rupees a month. Let me go in for a new phone.
I do have a slightly different take. So I feel the market is huge for refurbished phones versus when you recycle the phones. Reason being that we may not be the client out there, but the data shows that there are 400 million feature phones in India. That's almost 40 crores feature phones, right? Now, once you look at a lot of these refurbished phones which come for 3 to 5,000 versus you buying a feature phone, it becomes interesting. Secondly, with the edtech going hyperdrive into, let's say, technology side, you need a low-cost smartphones for the kids, or potentially even for the family, let's say the female in the house in rural area, where they might need to do a couple of transactions here and there. So I think refurbished market is mainly there in, let's say, apart from metro, you will find a lot of other places. Even in metro, once you look at, there are a lot of factory workers, there are a lot of guys who are making 10, 15, 20,000 a month. For them, this particular thing becomes very important, like interesting thing where they can actually buy a full smartphone at a very low price, right? So that way, I think it's fine. I, however, don't understand the deal because these guys did about 200 crores revenue last year. So once you take a royalty of a percentage point, and these guys might be touching about 300 crores this year. So
Mm.
the money of Shark will be getting 1.5x back within a year, plus they would have equity. and these guys are making good profits. So I really don't know if they really needed to come in and have this thing
Promotions है,
apart from, let's say,
marketing.
marketing play.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I pulled up this report. Very interestingly, you're right, Vishal. OnePlus और Apple का ही बिकता है 12 से 18 के स्पेस में, and this space is growing at 18% Y-on-Y, significantly outstripping the anticipated 7% growth in the new phone sale. तो पुराने refurbished फोन सब लोग ज्यादा खरीद रहे हैं. So 18% amounting to 35 to 45 million units being sold. While new smartphone sales are anticipated to decline by 7%. Branded smartphones in the 10,000 to 15,000 range. तो काफी interesting space है यार, and the demand is more in the tier 2 and the tier 3 in the recent years. So this is where the game lies.